What's good, cryptocurrency fans out there? Welcome back to the Everything Altcoin channel. Today, we're going to be talking about Coinbase and what they have invested into, Coinbase Ventures, I should say, right? And what they have invested to, as this is a way for me. I use this way to find actually two plays on that we're going to be talking about in this video here, right? Because right now, it seems like anything Coinbase touches or talks about, even Base itself, right, is like gold. Right now, that's where the narrative is sitting at as of right now. So you guys need to look into what Coinbase has invested into that is listed on Base, and you guys could potentially find a gem of your own, right? So before we get into talking about all of that, I would like to ask you guys, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. We on the road to 20k subscribers, right? If you guys want to help out with that, hit that red subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video, comment what you guys think down below, and while you guys are down here, you guys can hit that Discord link to join the Discord to continue the crypto conversation we're having daily. And you guys can ask your questions on how does that Patreon group works. As you guys know, I've been telling you guys about Base and Coinbase, and we've literally been invested into a lot of Base plays, and specifically what Coinbase has been invested into. So we highlighted those in the Patreon group as well. So if you guys do not want to miss out on no new upcoming plays from Base or anything like that, some hot narratives, you guys got to check out that Patreon group. And don't forget to check out my ebook, The Essentials to Mastering Tokenomics. This will help you guys pick out the next gem in your cryptocurrency portfolio once you're able to understand market cap, FDV, circulating supply, narrative, supply and demand, vesting. All of that is very important for you guys to pick out the next gem in your cryptocurrency portfolio. And if you would have picked this out, this actually would have helped you guys know about the whole Base narrative, really. So let's get right into the video here. Right now, when you go onto CryptoRank and you sign up, this is the easiest thing you guys can use, the easiest tool, right? The easiest tool you guys can use. You guys can use it to check out vesting, which is important to always check it out, right? You guys can see who's invested into what, and you could actually look into some of these like venture capitalist groups, like what their portfolio is and how it's doing. We're looking at Coinbase as of right now. We're looking at all the plays. I was just looking at all the plays that they were invested in. I spotted this Arcadia Finance. I also did see a lot of people talking about it on Twitter as well. This helps you with your research, and you just look through it, see what's going on, see what's undervalued as of right now, and you guys could possibly pick out a gem for your portfolio once you see a gem that's like, undervalued. It's a part of a narrative that you think is going to be very hot. In this case, is Coinbase, who Coinbase has invested into, and are they on Base as of right now? Those are the two things I was looking at, and I found two plays. Of course, we're also going to talk about Zora because Zora was easy to find. So with that formula, we did find definitive, which is Edge, right? This is a DEX pretty much where you could trade any chain on any asset on any chain. Really, we're going to dive into that as of right now, but it's 15 cents as of right now, down 16% at a market cap of $32 million, FDV of $158 million. I hope you guys aren't too scared off of that. And we just got in not too long ago, and it actually just started to pump really quickly, right? So its all-time high was honestly just 4 days ago, where it was at 22 cents. So it's down 31.3% from its all-time high, up 471% from its all-time lows. Now again, using the same aspect of everything we just did, we looked into who basically funded definitive, right? Who invested into it. Then you go look into the vesting, and you guys could look at it. The airdrop was all done, right? Treasury pretty much all done, and then they got some untracked tokens, which is about 33% right now, right? But when you guys go look at investors don't get their tokens essentially till next year, right? April of next year, April 2026. Team, April of 2026. Well, it technically starts on January of 2026. April 1st. Both of them starts on April 1st vesting. So we have a decent amount of time where there's not too much inflation, especially from the team and investor side. The only thing we would look for is more clarity on the untracked side, which is 33%. But if you guys go look at it immediately, you just see the huge vesting doesn't really start till April of 2026, where by then you'll end up getting at 39.3% by then, right? So this right now, we're pretty good seeing that we could just hold on to it, right? And the thing is, this protocol has been increasing in terms of its value, the revenue that they have been making. And just like Samurai put out here, Edge, definitive on Base won't stay cheap for long. The platform generates real revenue, guys. And Kaido here puts out, Edge is going to be the Jupiter of Base chain, has Coinbase backing, got an A-class team, funding, and institutional interest. Very likely to see a big run. All right, so right now, this has been one that's been on the radar. We already, we already invested into it, right? I haven't added even more to it, but I think I should be adding more. And you can see the comparison here, but pretty much we don't need to compare it to CowSwap. We're just using it to get the details of what they have. You got Solana, right, which is huge. This allows you to trade the assets from Solana on this chain, right? And then you got pretty much the EVM chains, right? And they even added Hyperliquid to it. And you have gasless transactions, which is huge, right? Transparent fees, multi-chain portfolio, and there's going to be a mobile app. So this has the potential to be pretty good. Now we're going to have an in-depth video coming out on Definitive very soon here. Also, not to mention, this was back in April when it first came out. Jesse even claimed his tokens and staked it, so that's huge. Let's move on to Arcadia Finance here, right, which actually slipped up just a little bit because they had a recent exploit we're going to talk about, right? So looking down, as you guys can see, Coinbase has invested into it as of right now. This is one of the lower caps compared to like Zora, compared to Edge, right, compared to Banker. All of these that has been running, right, this is one of the lower caps that even has Coinbase invested into it as well. Now in terms of the vesting, it's pretty much going on as of right now, but we're at the tail end of the investor side. Of course, the core team is getting their tokens. They're not going to be done to about for another 2 years, right? I think it's going to end around 2027, right? And then same with the liquidity incentive, and they have some untracked tokens as well, about 25%, right? So we can scroll down, at least by October or so, we're looking at it's going to be about 47.5% of its total supply being out. Now again, this has gone through an exploit where it did dump. You guys could have seen, let's look at the price here. You guys could have seen it was around 9 cents. Right now this thing has gone up to 47 cents, right? So it started to move pretty quick, right? Now the reason I got into it is because I saw the market cap. It was around the $1 million market cap, so I felt pretty decent about getting into it as of right there, because the risk to reward ratio for it, and then you guys can see its all-time high was $1.05, which was 2 months ago. So it's now down 54% from its all-time high. So getting it at the price that we got into it at was pretty decent in terms of the risk to reward ratio. Now, as I said, they did recently have an exploit where, of course, there's going to be some FUD. There's going to be some investors that did not like it. But again, once you see Coinbase is invested in, you see the narrative we're headed into, where it's base ecosystem, base season right now. If Coinbase is invested into it and you see it at a decent price, like a decent market cap, $1 million market cap, under 1 million, even now at 6 million, you can take that bet just for the risk to reward ratio. Of course, this is not financial advice, but this is pretty much what I was thinking. And even with the hack, they're still building out. They're adding even more security measures to not get hacked again. So they went through a whole nother audit group. So things is looking pretty good for Arcadia Finance here. Like I said, the risk to reward ratio was pretty good with this one. Now, lastly, you have Zora here, which of course you guys should already know has gone through a massive pump and has come down just a little bit here, but I think this is just for the day. I do believe this is probably going to continue to run. This is one of the most talked about altcoins as of right now, right? You guys are just looking at it. Coinbase has invested into it, and then you can also go straight into the vesting and check out what the vesting is looking like. So pretty much right now we're safe for a little bit for the investors. They don't get for another 86 days. This is perfect timing for us, right? Perfect timing. This is like, I think right after, this is November, no, yeah, October, the end of October, right? Same with the treasury, the team. We're not worried as of right now. So we have a decent amount of time before a lot of things could ramp up. Around October, you're looking at it getting to about 45% of its total supply. So again, now that it's catching this hype, you guys already know it, it's going to be pretty interesting how high this could run up for a while, as there's not going to be too much inflation from here to October, right? So we could see a virtual like run. We do got a video talking about comparing Zora to virtuals in terms of the ecosystem and how they both went on a run, how it's it's comparable to what virtuals has done, right? So keep an eye on Zora. You guys should already know everything about Zora right now. And one tweet that McSloof put out, this thing to me is funny because I don't think a lot of people understand what he's saying, but Zora's up 15% since, right? And it still has negative funding on every single DEX, meaning there's not a lot of supply on these DEXs right now, on these sexes. So people are probably hoarding their Zora, and that's going to create a nice little price shock. As Sage even puts here, negative funding rates just means the perpetual pump machine keeps printing new longs. Zora's 900% climb proves market can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent, right? When will the bears learn? This isn't 2020, but this is an agent saying this. But we'll have to see how things play out. But like I said, we got a decent position into Zora, right? This is how you can spot a narrative if you guys want to, figure out your own thing. You guys could look through the Coinbase portfolio, see what they have invested into, right? see where the market cap is at, see if they're even on Base, because I believe Base and Coinbase invested into it is a huge sign for any altcoin success within this time period as of right now. And Arcadia shows you that it pumped pretty fast. Edge, right? Zora, and there's gonna be some other ones as well. I just wanted to use this as an example, but you guys let me know how you guys feel in the comment section down below. And if you guys haven't subscribed already yet, please do so. We on that road to 20K subscribers, and I'll check you guys later. Peace, you too.